Yes, fellas, welcome to Bala Sports. How you guys doing? Lino, Solo not here with us. This guy's ready, man. I can't even say nothing right now, man. NFL Championship weekend, my guy.
Yeah, man.
Woo!
Uh,
I don't know, man. Listen, I don't know about you, bro. There we go. This guy got everything set as you should.
uh-huh.
You know, I don't know where to start.
Well, it's
It's kind
I
of
don't know.
funny.
I don't even know where to start here because I don't know whether to actually give you good game analysis or just start drilling people. I don't know which one yet. I
No,
guess
I
I'll
think
do a mixture of both.
Nah, I think bro. You let it out, man. You could do both, man. Solo not here to speak his side of the Buffalo Bills. He's not feeling well today, man. Get well soon, my guy. But whoo, man, both of us team, man, in the Super Bowl, bro.
Hey, man, it just feels
Last two man standing.
it's what
You
we
know,
do.
we here rematch, running back.
And I'm pretty sure you called it in the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
So
everybody was
congratulations
talking
to you.
about. Thank you. Everybody was talking about Detroit. The Lions gonna do this. The Lions gonna do that. Although there's little worry about our head coach. But we get to the Eagles game later, man. But right now, man, I'm pumped up about the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs, my guy. Woo! Another heartbreak, another loss, another disappointed Buffalo Bill fans out there leaving upstate New York. I know you love every bit of it because we live in Rochester, New York, man, where this Bill Mafia is right up, but hour and a half away or hour away.
Hmm.
And there's so much of them leaving Rochester, New York. Rochester is like a Bill style, man. And we here, and you get to go against them every playoff. It seems like four playoff out of the seven. What 5 times you guys make it to the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Get to
love
beat
it.
them 4 times. This time the Chiefs. Excuse me, the Chiefs defeat the Bills. That's so funny shit. I'm sorry. This is funny to me. I'm sorry. I found this shit for you. All right. Let me get straight facing because the Chiefs get more. The Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes magic and advance to the third straight Super Bowl, beating the Bills 32-29. Patrick Mahomes numbers. Should we go down to these numbers right now, bro? Man, Patrick Mahomes completed 18 out of 26, 245 yards, one touchdown. And of course, he had a rushing touchdown. And Josh Allen, 22 out of 34, 237 yards and two touchdowns. Kareem Hunt, 17 carries, 64 yards and a touchdown. And Cook, 13 carries, 85 yards and two touchdowns. Xavier Worthy, the rookie that Buffalo Bills traded to the Kansas City Chiefs to help them beat and make it through the Super Bowl. 6 receptions, 85 yards, and one touchdown. Brother, talk to me about this game. I wish your take on it. This is funny. I wish there was one here that was.
Man, this is same old, same old. This is same shit, different year, bro. Let me tell you something. We've heard a lot. I'm sorry, not we. I've heard a lot from a lot of what they would call them experts, some analysts, people in the media, podcasters. It's the Bills' year. It has been the Bills' year all year because guess what? They're scoring 30 plus points. They're scoring 40 plus points. They're looking great. Josh Allen is locked in more than ever, and he's not spreading it to one guy. He's spreading it to all guys. And you know what? All of that is very true. He has been locked in. The Bills have been better than they have been in years past. Their defense is still the same, in my opinion. I think they've played good in parts, but for the most part, if you get a step on them, you get a read on them, and I don't want to hear anything about the injuries or nothing like that, because this is the most healthiest they've been on defense the past couple years. These past couple years, last year it was Milano was out, and Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer were aging. Where you got younger, Milano was there. You had everybody. The piece that you were missing yesterday was Christian Benford when he got concussed. But
Right.
if you look at that part, The Chiefs were driving with him in the game. So who's to say that he really truly made a difference or would have had he been in there all game? Because they showed you in a small sample size that it really didn't matter because the Chiefs were moving the ball at will. And just the what made me kind of feel like because I'm nervous. I don't care who we're playing.
Right.
We can be playing somebody who's 0-15. I'm nervous. And I was a little more ease just in the first couple of minutes because you see Josh Allen almost threw two picks. There's a reason why these guys play defense and not offense because they can't catch, but they can sure pass. They can sure knock down the ball.
Right.
It seemed like old and I'm not knocking Josh Allen by any means. I think he played a very good game, but there was times where you seen the old Josh Allen come out where he's taking risks, he's overthrowing, and we had two chances at a turnover right off the bat, and that to me was like, oh yeah, Josh Allen of a couple years ago was back, and I seen him miss a couple throws, but for the most part, he did have a very solid game. There's a couple times where his receivers just didn't catch it. There's a couple throws that he missed, but overall, I think he played great. And here's the thing that people say when the Bills lose to the Chiefs. Well, it's never Josh Allen's fault because it's always the defense this, defense that. And you know what? You're right. But at the same time, we've seen back in 2020 when they played them in AFC Championship games. I believe that was Josh Allen's worst game. I probably grade him a C there. And then he comes back the year after in that 13-second game. He had an A+ game and still
Right.
lost. And then you come back again. Oh, well, this is going to be in Buffalo. And he played well. And everybody's going to be like, well, he had that ball to Diggs that went through his hands. You're absolutely right. But he also missed Diggs wide open and said he tried to go for the shot. And these are the little parts that I'm saying. I would probably give him a B-, maybe a C+ last year. Same as yesterday. He played very well, but not well enough. The Chiefs had a beat on the Bills version of the tush push all year. That play has been unstoppable. I mean, Josh Allen is what 6'5", 6'6",
6'6", about
270.
250. Yeah, around there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And listen, they've always ran it over the left guard. They've never not ran it that way. So when you're in third and short, fourth and short situations, we know what you're gonna do. Like, yeah, it's easier said than done. We know what you're gonna do, and so stop it. And we did 4 times. And people want to get at McDermott saying, "Well, he shouldn't have done that. He's too aggressive." The same Bills fans that said he's not aggressive enough, but when he is, well, it didn't work. So it doesn't fit your narrative or what you want. So overall, I would say offensively, the Bills played well, but they played against the Chiefs defense. And Spagnola was on one yesterday. That man was drawing up exotic blitz after exotic blitz. He had 4 guys at the line ready to blitz, and then you just got to pick. Is it going to be McDuffie? Is it going to be Watson? Is it going to be Chanel? Who is coming? Is he sending them all? Is he sending two? I got to tell you something, man. With Steve Spagnola, he needs a gold jacket because what he
Definitely.
does as a defensive coordinator,
Yeah.
what he has done, his track record just speaks for itself. I don't really got to speak on that. But Chris Jones said it best in the press conference. He said that these teams interviewed Spagnola and he didn't get the job as a head coach. And Chris Jones says, "Hey, we'll take Spagnola back next year. 'Cause
Why not?
as long as he's here, we're just going to keep winning Super Bowls." And it's so true. He plays such a vital part in what we do defensively. It's insane. Now let's get to this. Let's get to this Chiefs offense because it was humming yesterday, man. We had a couple of hiccups, but this is the best that I've seen the Chiefs offense play, and we put up more than 30 points.
I know,
For the
right? When it
first
matters.
time, for the first time all year, we put up 30 points, and people were like, "Whoa, you got to score points to beat the Buffalo Bills, and then you got to do this. You didn't put up 30 points all year. The Lions put up 30 points 11 times. Where's Detroit? Okay, so
Tengu.
we play our game the way
Yep.
we want to play our game. We don't cater to what's going on in the NFL with the pass happy and all that. We play Chiefs football. And that's what we did yesterday. And you seen it after the Bills got a 3-and-out. We went 90 yards and we were just dinking and dunking down the field because this is what the offense would have looked like had Hollywood Brown been in there all year. And he only had 3 catches on the game for 35 yards,
Yeah.
but just the threat of his speed. You got to watch out for Kelsey. And then Juju all of a sudden decides to bring his old self in. He's not even old. He's only 28. But man, does he run like a 35-year-old? He's just huffing and
That
puffing
was
down the
cheap.
field. And Kareem Hunt comes in. Pacheco really hasn't been used as much. I think that knee that he had isn't fully healed. I think the rib injury that he had on Christmas Day, I don't think that's fully healed. We won't find that out until after the Super Bowl, win or lose. They're going to be like Pacheco was dealing with this or dealing with that, but because he's not getting the carries that he was, not even close. But man, I mean, at
Yo,
this
I mean,
point, at this point, it is just comical that we beat this team every year, no matter how good people think they look. How and the thing about hypotheticals is when somebody speaks a hypothetical question to you, they're always going to be right because it's a hypothetical question. But when we play this team for the last 5 years, we sent these bad boys home, man. We sent them
always.
home packing, and I was getting looks yesterday. I just wanted to go shopping, I just wanted to get some food, and I just had all these this blue and red out. I thought it
Everywhere,
was
boy.
I thought it was 4th of July. All this red, white, and blue out, looking at me up and down. Oh, we can't. No, no, we don't want you. All some in good fun. I even had a little 6-year-old kid, man. He had to be like 6 or 7. Mean mug me in the aisle and goes like this with his Josh Allen jersey. I said, "Don't do that, little bro. Don't do
Right.
that. Don't do that."
Where's your dad at? So I can talk shit to him.
Hey, man. Hey, he'll learn. He's still young. He'll learn. Like, oh, this is what the Bills do. The the Bills would never, ever in life lose 4 straight games to something, right? They would never do that.
Nah,
They
this
would
is
never.
different.
They would never lose 4 straight Super Bowls, would they? Josh Allen would never be the first quarterback to lose 4 straight playoff games to the same quarterback. And I think it's a celebration, Musa. I think 4 is the Bills' lucky number. So what I did, I got a little 4 right here, man. And this is
Yo,
just
this guy crazy. Yo, speaking of the 4, right? I got a little bit singing right here for me to share, right?
And that will clinch it. A level that's never been.
That's
that was that was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was one of the best videos I've ever seen.
What's up, bro? Nah, right, like, dude, man. But speaking about this, like, every time when you look at a guy's face, right? I gotta get some of this thing out of the way, but like, watching Josh Allen day and night. Well, every time you guys play against each other,
Hmm.
dude, that look right there tell me everything that this game was over. That he wasn't gonna come in and make any difference at this moment. You know what I'm saying? That
Yes.
look right there, he realized, like, man, it's over again. I can't get over this guy. I can't beat this guy. Go to the.
Yeah.
I see still put a number 4 candles up there, but Buffalo Bills fans hate you guys.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now, my problem is now Bill fans are gonna have to support they're supporting the Eagles. I don't want them to support us because I don't want them to bring that bad luck to us to every kind of situation like that. Nah, dude, I know I gotta ask you this question. Is that there's a question that everybody talking about, some of the flags and stuff like that. And I know there's a video where I know for a fact a picture of it. Where
Hmm.
I don't think this is I don't think that he got the first down at all in this picture right here. What do you think about that call that every Bill fan I started using that as an excuse about the referees? You know, there's always something about the referee. Even the Eagles gave us free call. There's some calls. My barber's and he's a Commander fan. Shout out to him, a great guy, man. But your team not ready yet, you know.
Yeah.
What do you think about this call right here, bro? Like, do you think like Bill fans got the right to use this as an excuse?
No, absolutely not, because they had a chance to win the game with Josh Allen had the ball in his hands for the second straight year. But to the call specifically, initially I thought he had it because that definitely looked like he had it. But when you actually watch the replay and slow it down, some people need to remember that the ball has to cross the plane, and people also have to know that yellow line that they have, and they say it from time to time, is not an automatic. That's not the first down line. That's just around where it should be. But if you look at the orange pylon or the orange marker up top, um, the head was across. His shoulders were across.
Right.
His chest was across. Here's the problem. Josh Allen, 9 times out of 10, carries that ball high. And for some reason, it sat a little bit lower on his body. So had he been carrying it the way that he has been all year, it would have been a first down. And it wasn't. I'm sorry, Buffalo Bills fans, but it wasn't. It's just something you guys can talk about. It's something you can say rigged. And here's what I say about the people that say the game is rigged. If it's rigged, why did you guys travel to Kansas City? If it's rigged, why are you guys watching it on TV? If it's rigged, why did you not bet on the Chiefs? Bet all the money you have. Bet your house. Because if it's rigged, they're going to win. So why are you watching it?
Right.
That's the part that I don't understand. When people say rigged, it just gives them something to talk about because they can post up a Chiefs highlight and you just look at the comments. It's going to say refs, 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 rigged, Taylor Swift. No, no type of analysis about the game. No facts to back up their statement. It's all fallacies. It's all fallacies. That's all it is.
Right. And now everybody like, oh, this is what the NFL wants. This is what the NFL needs. I mean, like you say, bro, if it's rigged, put your money up. You can win a lot of money. I mean, we all could be a millionaire right now if I would have put you know what I'm saying, thousands of dollars on it and said, hey, man, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win anyways. I think that they're misunderstanding the fact that Kansas City knows how to win. Like you said earlier, y'all play your game. Patrick Mahomes, my guy, we got to talk about this brother, man. When the Buffalo Bills went up, I think it was 22-21.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even look like he still looked the same way as he started the game. Like there's no panic, there's no nerve. He just like, I just know what I got to do. And he do this every game when you need him the most, bro. For me, he's the best quarterback I ever seen. I'm not saying great quarterback, but he's the best quarterback I've ever seen because game in and game out, man, you get to see the best of Patrick Mahomes because all he does is to make the drive to win the game. 3 minutes, 33 seconds left. If that would have been the other way around, with Patrick Mahomes with the ball in his hand, he was going to go over there to get himself a point. This is 3 times straight going to the Super Bowl, my guy. Tyreek Hill left. The offense was a little shaky. Everything you could think about, but you got a quarterback to do things season after season after season. Since he's been in the league, he doesn't know what the hell losing is. You know what I mean? 7 times to the championship. Got beat twice. 5 times to the Super Bowl. And what, 28, 29 years old?
Yeah.
What can you say about this guy, bro, man? Like, what more could we say about him?
So listen, these NFL players in general, they hear everything that's going on, especially with social media now. Like back in the day, the only way you would hear is when somebody says something about you, somebody's gonna have to come tell you because
Right.
you can't find it. You can't just go scrolling on your phone. And these players hear things. Mahomes hears things. Like when people call him Patty Mahomes, it's talking about him. But when they call him Petty Mahomes, when Petty Mahomes comes out to play, this is what we see yesterday. And this is how I knew that Petty Mahomes was on one yesterday before the game even started. because he's unequivocally the leader of this team. And when he showed up, Chris Jones showed up, Trent McDuffie showed up, I think Karlaftis showed up, and somebody else showed up, all black.
Right.
And that just means it's somebody's funeral, but it ain't theirs.
Right.
They dress it for somebody's funeral. And that tells me that he was locked in all week. He heard the chatter about, oh, you're flopping, you're doing this, you're that. If you look at the runs that he did, those 2 touchdown runs, first off, great play calls by Andy Reid because we don't run a RPO and have Mahomes take off, except in the playoffs. Now, his first touchdown off the 1 yard, he was going to score. Him and Hamlin met right at the goal line, and you see Mahomes. He could have easily sidestepped or dove. He wanted contact.
Yeah,
He wanted to let Hamlin know that I'm here, I'm coming, ain't nobody gonna stop me. And he did the same thing on the second one, except this one was a 12-yard run, and he didn't get touched until the 2-yard line. And again, he lowers his shoulder. He's like, not over my dead body. I'm getting in this end zone. And then even on the runs where he was escaping, going to out of bounds, he wasn't tap dancing. He's like, all right, you guys don't want me to tap dance. You don't want me to flop. All right, I'll just get what I can. I'll go right out of bounds. And it's kind of like that was kind of like a FU to the people that have been saying all week, like, oh, he tap dances, he slides, he does this. He hears it. Trust me, he hears it because he hears it from his trainer because his trainer is well known on Twitter. And he is known to, hey, just so you know, they're saying this about you. Hey, just so you know, they're saying this about you. Okay, take notes because I got my receipts right here. Oh, yeah. And just people also need to remember, they're like, oh, the Chiefs, they just win close games. All they do is win close games. They don't blow nobody out. You're right, we don't. But guess what? When it's close like this and the championship games to get to the Super Bowl, just in the playoffs, close games for the most part are played in the playoffs. And you have to know how your team can react through adversity. And this team has been battle tested for years now. So really, this is just another game for us. They might think, oh, this is an AFC. Maybe no. This is just another game on the schedule for us because we've been here plenty of times. And it's crazy that this is our 7th straight trip to the AFC Championship game. I mean, I was happy with one. I've always said, like, just give me a Super Bowl and I'll be happy. Oh, we got one. All right, give me another one. Oh, we got one. Give me another one. I want more. I want more Super Bowls. I never want to lose this feeling of I never want to become numb to this because when Mahomes retires, who knows? Might suck for another 50 years.
True.
So you have to cherish this moment. You have to appreciate great. Like Nate Burleson said, you might get discouraged because your team didn't win or this or that. You might not want to. He's like, but you have to appreciate greatness when you see it. And a lot of people, especially this day and age, we hate before we appreciate. And really, we just have to appreciate greatness. Like, you just have to take it for what it is, man, because this doesn't happen. This should not happen. You can go right now on your PlayStation and play Madden, and you might not make it to Super Bowl 5 out of the next 6 times. It just doesn't happen. And for this to be, and just, I've seen heartbreaks. I've watched this team go 2-14, 3-13, year after year, and when they make the playoffs, it's a total disappointment. I've seen them be up 38-10 on the Colts and lose. I've seen them miss kicks. I've seen them scoring every possession they've had, and lose a playoff game. I've seen them score 2 touchdowns and the team makes 6 field goals and lose a playoff game. I've seen them lose the playoff game everywhere. I've seen Marcus Mariota throw a ball off of somebody, he catches it and scores a touchdown and lose a playoff game. I've seen it. So people would say, "Oh, you're a Chiefs fan, you're a bad." No, I've seen the heartbreak. I appreciate this. And this is why I do stay quiet throughout the season, but don't let me win. Because I tell you what, as bad as I'm a sore loser, I'm a sore winner too. I'm a hell of a sore winner. I tell
Yo,
you.
but bro, well said though, man. Well said, man. But let me get back to let's pivot back to the Buffalo Bills, right?
Yeah, let's get back to them.
Josh Allen is a great quarterback,
Yes.
but he might be more of a James Harden now with the Houston
Mm.
Rockets versus the Golden State Warriors, right?
Mm.
They got Steph Curry. Because Patrick Mahomes is more like Michael Jordan, kind of. You find that in a lot of different sports. Like guy like us that follow soccer, my whole life growing up, I witnessed the Zidanes, the Ronaldinos, the Messis, the Cristiano Ronaldos. They're just that player that people prepare to beat instead of prepare the team to go out there to go win. And now we're looking at the Buffalo Bills. The whole time for the past 7 years or so, they focus on trying to beat the Chiefs. The Baltimore Ravens want to beat the Chiefs. Yes, we could say the Bengals did it one time and made it to the Super Bowl. That was a great win for them. They got that. Joe Burrow always gonna have that back of his mind, but he needed to do it more because this is the fifth time this man about to go to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a Josh Allen who's also in the conversation as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Regular season, yes, we could talk about that. But dude, your team is down 3 points. You have 3 minutes, 33 seconds left on the clock. And you couldn't get a single 3-point to tie the game. Who could talk about the drop? That's why I would love when Solo was here today, because then the drop get to go back to what happened last week to Lamar Jackson.
I was going to bring that up.
The universe works in funny ways sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But, dude, how does a top quarterback with 3 minutes, 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter, a championship game with all the timeouts, couldn't make nothing happen?
Here's the thing. He really didn't even move the ball.
Right.
Like, if he would have at least got somewhere on that possession, be like, somebody dropped this or incomplete pass, 5-yard pass to Curtis Samuel, and then the heave to Dalton Kincaid that ultimately deaded that.
That was a Hail Mary. Like he just threw that up there.
Yeah. I mean, this is what makes, and I've talked about this before. He's gonna get paid. I'm just saying when we were talking about Sam Darnold, I'm like, he's a good quarterback, but he's gonna make his money in the postseason. Josh Allen's gonna make his money. But now Josh Allen's on a different level. So
right.
Josh Allen is a great quarterback. But now great quarterbacks make their legacies in the playoffs. And he has yet to make it. And I hate it. It really, truly does bother me that people make him out to be a sympathetic figure.
Right.
Listen.
Get out of here with that shit, man.
They don't do sympathetic for Lamar. They don't do it for other quarterbacks. No. But and I want to ask you a question. Does losing yesterday, because a lot of people say that yesterday did not hurt Josh Allen's legacy one bit because he lost to Patrick Mahomes. It's as if Karl Malone, he met Jordan in the finals, he lost. Like, of course, like it's okay because it's Jordan. I feel like this hurts Josh Allen's legacy. Absolutely.
It does. It absolutely
because if you wanna put your name up there in the one breath, like don't say Patrick Mahomes, take a deep breath, and then you say Josh Allen. Don't put them in the same category.
Nope.
I don't want that to happen.
I agree, especially what happened yesterday.
And for some of these NFL players that have played in the NFL, not the quarterback position, but they know the game, and to say that this does not affect Josh Allen's legacy, but it does Mahomes if he loses, I don't understand that. To me, that I was just at a loss.
The thing is that it's like he never get criticized because Buffalo been a shithole for how long? You can say the same thing about Kansas City, not like as bad as Buffalo went through. Matter of fact, you can say about Kansas City, like you say, you went through all the losses. Now you appreciating this. Who cares about that? But Josh Allen is not going to criticize. There's no way, because the main thing that we always talk about, even Lamar Jackson, you have to get it done. You have to get it done. You have to beat the best. He said himself before he took a deep breath, you have to be the champ to be a champ, right? He can't get over the hump against your rivalry in the same conference, which is practically Mahomes. This hurt his legacy. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody want to talk about. You got Bill fan coming up to me today. Now, all of a sudden, a Bill fan becoming a philosopher. He said to me straight up, I am not just a Buffalo Bill fan. I'm a well-educated football fan. I said, please enlighten me, my guy. Seriously, enlighten me now. So you're the professor, I'm the student. Just enlighten me about what you saw in that game. 3 minutes, 33 seconds. Explain that to me. Well, if that's the only thing you see, like I said, that's not the only thing I saw. In the beginning of the game, we also Josh Allen looked like he was a little nervous. But in the third quarter, 12-point unanswered. Now you're down. 3 minutes, 33 seconds left. You have the ball in your hand. Where does Tom Brady made his legacy? What does Patrick Mahomes made his legacy? Even some of the quarterback like Peyton Manning, all these guys. When we talk about even Matthew Stafford, when you give him the drive, the time on the clock, 3 timeout, 3 minutes, that's a lot of time. And you didn't make nothing out of that. That's how you end up losing that game, because you end up turning that ball over in that position. I always say this is the next play that matters. What's the next play that you did, Josh Allen? We all know what Patrick Mahomes did. Andy Reid said, here go the ball, number 15. What he did. What's that, what, third down or something like that?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
And it's crazy because we don't know what the Bills were going to run in that. Like they had plenty of time with the timeouts.
Right.
So really, they could run whatever they want. When the Chiefs got the ball back, they know what we're going to do.
Yep.
We gotta run the ball and stay in bounce. If we pass the ball, stay in bounce. Don't drop the ball. And Mahomes got more yards knowing what we're gonna do than the Chiefs limited Josh Allen to 5 yards, not knowing what they're gonna run, they're gonna pass. I mean, they have 333 is a lot of time with 3 timeouts. That is a lot with really 4 timeouts with a 2-minute warning. That's a lot of time. And it was beautiful because if you remember, now here's the thing. Most teams will run the ball, kind of run out the clock and hope, if not, then they'll punt it away deep with minimal time left. But there's very few coaches in this league that will trust their quarterback with the ball. And Andy Reid is one of those guys, and he's done it with a myriad of quarterbacks. And if you remember last year against the Ravens, it was 3rd and 9.
Yep.
And what was it yesterday? 3rd and 9. And he said, Mahomes, and I'm sure this was said, this is the play that's going to call. If he's not open, just run it and slide. I'm sure that's what would happen. Don't throw it away. Don't try and be a hero. Just run it and slide. And it was just a perfect play call, enough for Samaj P. Ryan.
Right.
Samaje Perine to just get out there in the flat real quick and he made one little doo-doo on Terrell Bernard, just enough to spring him for that first. I'm like, oh man. Like most people wouldn't want, because they'll be like, if that didn't happen, if he would have dropped it or whatever, why are we passing this situation? Yeah. It's all about trust. I'd rather Mahomes throw an incomplete pass, but it's in his hands, than give it to Pacheco or Hunt and be like, why didn't you let Mahomes take that? I'll live with whatever he does because I've seen him do it over and over, and I trust him. And we've seen Josh Allen do it over and over.
No, stop that, man.
That's what I was going to say. You don't cut me off.
My bad.
We've seen Josh Allen do this. But when it matters most, has he? And he hasn't. And people would be like, the only thing that he's done, and be like, oh, what about the 13-second game? You're right. but there was 13. You left too much time.
Too much time. And look at that. Patrick Mahomes doesn't need 3 minutes, 33 seconds. He had 13 seconds. He want to do something with it. You see what I'm saying?
Was probably about the same field position that they had.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, you are absolutely right, man. I don't want to hear nobody in this planet talk about. If I hear anybody put Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes in the same conversation, man, I'm not listening to you. I'm walking away. He owned the Buffalo Bills. You thought Tom Brady did? Although they was in the same division, this one is even worse. Because, bro, some of these things right here that you losing by 3 points. And you had opportunity to win some of these games. You had the ball in your hand to go do something with it. And this is where we all come back and say, yo, you could blame the head coach. There's always somebody to blame. You could blame. We could also talk about how great the Kansas City Chiefs were. That was an excellent play call at the right time. But a quarterback that been in the league for 7 years, you can't tell me that you can't read a defense at this moment, because you do that all season. All season, Josh Allen knows everything about what the defense is going to do. Now, all of a sudden, now you freaking deer in the headlight. Hey, get out of here. Nobody ain't trying to hurt this, man. So for all the Buffalo Bill fans out there that was coming at my neck, be like, well, you're supposed to be saying negative things about the Kansas City Chiefs. You're playing against them next week. No, like you say, I appreciate greatness. There's a difference. I appreciate the game of football. I'm not like some of you guys that say y'all not watching the Super Bowl. Y'all not watching football no more because your team is not in it. I love the game. I appreciate the game. The game entertains me. The game brings me and my family together to watch. So it doesn't matter who is in it, who's in it. I'm still going to watch the game. So please, whatever you guys decide to do because you're salty about your team losing, going home, going in Cancun or putting the couch chairs, fit up in the chair, watching it just like us, welcome. But some of us team is still in it. Anything you got to say about the haters before we move forward, my guy?
Oh, me?
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have to give me a couple minutes. All right, haters. Welcome, haters. Let's see. Let me go down the list. Chiefs receipts. Colin Cowherd. Buffalo is just better. He gets a tissue. Will Compton. Chiefs lose today and their dynasty doesn't start, even though we're already in a dynasty. He gets a Bills tissue. AJ Hawk, Bills, that's the play today. He gets a tissue. Jason McIntyre, he's the biggest Chiefs hater ever. He said, Chiefs, the NFL is rigged for them. It's Taylor Swift, but Josh Allen is just better than Patrick Mahomes. He gets one. He gets a damn one. I put random guy on Twitter because he was just talking. He said, lay Mahomes out. Hurt him if you must. A flag's going to be thrown anyway, so you might as well peel him off the ground. He gets a tissue. Deion Dawkins, my favorite lineman. He did not learn last year when he three or 4 days before the game, he said, has the Chiefs ever been in a Buffalo with the crowd? No. Yeah, they're going to be out. Buffalo Bills Mafia is going to be out full force. Good luck with that. And then he says this week, so he didn't learn his lesson last year. He said this past week in a radio interview that he was talking about the Chiefs, and he said that they were the former Super Bowl champions. Really, Deion? You didn't learn your lesson from last year? You get a Bills tissue. Let's see. Ryan Clark, he just said the Bills are better. The Chiefs don't scare anybody. Josh Allen has the best offensive weapons compared to the Chiefs. He gets a tissue. Let's see. Craig Carton, he said that Arrowhead was going to be called Allenhead on Sunday. He's a huge hater. He's big into that whole conspiracy. He gets a Bills tissue. Fitzpatrick, one of the best Bills quarterbacks to ever play the game. He said the Bills will win the Super Bowl. Sorry, Fitz. Maybe next year. He gets a Bills tissue. Marlon Humphrey, a Ravens player. He tweeted out last week. He was like, I'm just gonna sound like a complete hater, but I'm rooting for the Bills because the Chiefs must be stopped. I don't care who wins the Super Bowl. It has to be the Bills or somebody in the NFC because the Chiefs can't keep getting away with this. He gets a tissue. Let's see what else we got. Mad Dog on Stephen A. Smith show. This has got to stop. They have Taylor Swift and now they have Caitlin Clark. Since when has Caitlin Clark been a Chiefs fan? She's been a Chiefs fan her whole life. She grew up in the Midwest. Her family was diehard Chiefs fans. He gets a fucking tissue. Let's see what we got. Adam Schefter. I don't know if you've seen that tweet from Adam Schefter yesterday. For him, for the prestige that he is, to single out Mahomes in a tweet about, don't worry, guys, relief is on the way. We're gonna do this sliding replay assist. They're gonna talk about the offseason. That was just Bush League by Adam Schefter because it happens around the league. But because the Chiefs are on TV almost every week, and especially in the playoffs, it gets heightened because that's all people see. He gets a goddamn tissue. Greg Rousseau, Mahomes is so easy to guard. He's really probably the most easiest quarterbacks to game plan for. Really, Greg Rousseau? He gets a goddamn tissue. And Kyle Brandt, the biggest Buffalo Bills just analyst of them all. He is Bills Mafia, just diehard. Sorry, guy. This is 7 years in a row that you've been wrong. He gets a tissue. And then one more. Just one more. And this is to all the Bills Mafia, all their fan base who just thinks that they are just so, oh, we got them this year. No, you thought it was in 2020. You thought it was in 2021. We took a hiatus in 2022. We let Joe Burrow take care of you. So, and then 2023, oh, they're coming to Buffalo. That didn't happen this year because we don't have Stephon Diggs. They get all these goddamn tissues. That's what they get. And hold on, I got one more. I got one more surprise. One more. Because what happens to dreams, Musa? They die, right? What happens to bubbles? Guess what? They pop. See ya. They're done. Your dreams don't fly no more. Your dreams don't fly no more. See ya. All done. Have a good one.
Meanwhile,
poor Buffalo.
A level that's never been.
Oh, man,
that was beautiful.
It's over with.
I might need me a tissue.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yo,
Lord.
4 times. 4 times.
This is for you, Bills Mafia.
You, my guy.
Mm.
All right. Let's move on to the next one, bro. Yo.